Welcome back to
Nice.
MMA Underground. Your past favorite part of Tuesday, your current favorite Wednesday. Yeah. I'm on half the dynamic duo known as Buddy V, killing it with the one and only.
Sam K. And shit, man, we got a phenomenal guest in the building, waiting on the champ, late as ever, as always. But we have, hailing from Street Beef Scrapyard, the newcomer, making waves, Raven in the building.
What up,
Ooh,
y'all?
ooh.
Hoy in the
And
house.
we waiting on 619 to jump in. He's having technical difficulties. But we gonna keep it moving. Bushido's there. What up, man? What up? What up?
Ooh.
I
Gonna
checked out
hang
the
in.
interview. It was dope.
Nice. I gotta check that one out. What's up, young lavish? But yeah, we're about to have a fun time. We switched up some of the days. Heck yeah. And I'll let it, right in the get go. I said we are gonna have a surprise for the show, so I'll say it now so we can get it out. It's gonna be on my social media for the next 48 hours, starting since the show. For 48 hours, if you use the code MMA, just those three letters, you'll get 35% off your order online. And if you order both shirts, the Cardio is Key and the One World, One Love shirt, you get the exclusive MMA Underground shirt for free and some other shit. That's only for the next 48 hours. That's the MMA Underground exclusive. So, yeah, that's what you guys get for tuning in and having to deal with the day change. I know we lost some people. We got some new people, everything else in between. So, yeah.
Now we gonna get more people, man. If you ain't subscribed, what are you doing? Hit the subscribe button. And if you don't got you a cardio is key shirt, what are you doing? Hit up
True.
swirlworld.com and get you a shirt, man. Get your cardio up.
Heck yeah.
Yup, yup.
Now, when we talk about, we're going to get to Raven, man, we found out that sometimes we fly through the states, this and that, but this man came all the way from like an island in the middle of the water. You flew all the way from Hawaii, right?
Yeah, man. Here from Maui, actually. So, yeah, probably 6 hour flight.
Dang, that's gotta be crazy. Well, before I start asking about your career, everything, I'm so curious. Being on an island, what's the fight scene like over there and where you're at?
Um, as far as in the streets goes, like Hawaiians are known for being scrappers. There's a lot of people who fight kind of underground a little bit, but as far as competition wise, that's where Hawaii runs into a lot of issues. We ain't got as much, tournaments going on and stuff. There's only like three organizations I think that do MMA here, and they only throw events once or twice a year. So a lot of people have to travel to fight here.
Why do you think that's the case? Because, like you just said, you guys are full of scrappers.
It's mostly politics. Long story short, Hawaii is a hardcore democratic state. And they're really against like violence and stuff like that. And for some reason, we have like a boxing club, Central Maui Boxing. They've been trying to play events in our at War Memorial Stadium here in Maui. It's the biggest thing we got on our tiny island, but they always tell them no pretty much, and then they're forced to hold smaller events like in their gym or something like just mostly red tape. A lot of politics goes on. It's really hard to get stuff sanctioned here.
Dang, that's crazy. Well, you made a staple when you came out here to the scrapyard to fight. I was watching it. I thoroughly enjoyed your fight. I mean, I saw that you could take a punch, you could throw a punch. Some of the ones you threw, I felt a oomph through my phone. I was watching it. I was like, damn. And there's once or twice when I saw your whole head go 90 degrees and it came right back as if it didn't even phase you. I was just
Yeah,
mind blown. I mean, you want to tell
yeah.
some people about your fight, kind of your thoughts on that?
I got mixed feelings on my first fight. Glad I got the dub. I know I could have done better, a lot better. But I was a little bit out of shape when I'm in like fight shape. Back when I did a couple smokers, like 2020, 2021, I was around 140 pounds, and there I had like unlimited cardio. Um, but walking into the street beefs, I was probably like 152, so like a little chubby for my size. It was still pretty fun. The exterminator, yeah, he hit me pretty hard, pretty damn hard, especially in the first round. Um, he was a lot faster than I expected to, and of course he had reach and height, but no excuses. So hit me with some good shit. But I've been hit hard before, so obviously you got to kind of wear that poker face. If you look hurt, they're gonna finish you. So that's basically what I did. I basically just kind of stuck my head in there, tried to stay as calm as I could, and continue fighting.
Yeah, bro. You both of you guys were throwing some crazy punches and kicks. And you definitely wore the poker face. Um, did I hear right? When I watched the fight, I could have sworn it was said that you were on vacation.
Yeah, yeah. So long story short, I've been off and on training since 2020. If you were to add all of my training days together, it'd probably be less than 2 years. But I kind of went there as a vacation. We trained a little bit at Wave Combat in Tacoma. With me and my friend, took my friend from Maui, we went up there just to get back into shape. So I mean, I'm glad I did that. And then while we were there, they're talking about street beefs, and I was like, what? That's only like, you know, not was it like a short drive there? So I was like, heck yeah, I don't know, might as well and give it a shot.
And we have the new Streetbeefs West Coast heavyweight boxing champion in the building with his mic off. 619.
My bad. I had the mic off where you guys were talking to Raven.
Damn,
What up, man?
What's up with you guys, man?
We chilling, bro. We chilling.
Have too much fun. I'm excited to watch the new fight drop, man. I was rewatching all the old fights and I'm itching. It's almost like a crack addiction. I'm like, I need some 619, man. I need some more 619.
It's not even that exciting, right? Right, some kids, it's over right after the intros. It's a wrap. You know what I mean?
So for once, we have 619 being modest, right? Because the fight didn't last that long. The fight did not last that long. Doughboy came out throwing some heat. 619 withstood the storm. He threw back, some nice combinations. But then there was a moment in which an 8 count was given to Doughboy, and a decision was made. And to me, I'm still somewhat in shock. I was definitely probably the most taken back at the event that day. We had a white towel situation, where the white towel was thrown in figuratively and by the fighter. And I don't know. I feel like it's a bit polarizing because on one hand, I want to say psychologically, you that was the fight. You fought him psychologically, and you did. You got a crazy ass grade. If I was grading you on the psychological warfare, that was crazy. But
Thank you.
at the same time, that could be interpreted as negative. And I'm being very vague so that you could speak on what it is I'm talking about.
Well, I took a piece from some of my favorite bullies. 50 Cent, one of my idols. The way he keeps his foot on Ja Rule's neck his whole life. Doesn't matter how much time, he's always gonna say fuck Ja Rule. So I take that mentality. You know what I mean? You guys ever read the 50 laws of 50 laws of power, the art of war? It's all period. So if you could break somebody before the fight starts, you already won. That fight was won weeks ago. I was in Doughboy's DMs every morning. Every morning,
Yeah.
I mean, we had his. We had his.
Let me set it up
Damn.
properly though. Doughboy being the former heavyweight champion, these two being scheduled to fight originally last year. This has been boiling in the background, simmering for a minute. Amazing. And here it is, 619.
Yeah, we were supposed to fight at Weddles, but I was like, wait, like why am I fighting on Doughboy's side? I'm like, I'm the A side, you know what I mean? He's a champion, but I'm still the A side. And so I was like, yeah, just I'll let him train his ass off. He showed up. People were like, you're a no-show, you're scared, all that. Keep thinking that. I just did it. The event wasn't like hyped up like this was. So come January, I told Free Smoke, contact Doughboy and tell him he has to defend that belt. So he's like, yeah, you know what? You're right. I am. So he told Doughboy. So everything just rolled into exactly the way I wanted. I wanted January. I wanted Vegas. We got the new cage, new mat. But yeah, I've been skull fucking Doughboy for months, man. You know what I mean? Nobody knows the torture I've been giving him every day. I wake up, take a piss, and then I DM Doughboy. Ready to die, fat boy? Huh? Spit out my belt, fatty? Like just torturing that kid, you know?
Hell yeah, all of my games.
Yeah. I mean, like nobody got it. Like Wedo was really mad. Like Wedo wants to fight me because of what I did to Doughboy. A couple guys. I think Daniel understands because he's very smart. But like Zed, a lot of guys in the chat were like, "Man, I really don't like what you're doing to Doughboy. He's such a nice guy." And I'm like, "Man, fuck Doughboy. Fuck him. It's disrespectful to the sport of boxing for him to be our champion. I take it personal as a boxing guy to have that kid hold our belt when I'm here. You know what I mean? So it was a thing. It's something. If it was anybody else, I would. If it was DDP, I would have been talking shit to DDP as my boy. If it was, it was supposed to be Grizzly. I remember them saying, the guys were like, "Oh, this guy Grizzly. If you win the belt, you won't defend against Grizzly. He's a scary guy, power, pressure." And then Grizzly gets slept to death, has a seizure, and they throw him in the bushes. Now he's a nobody. You know what I mean? So
619's words, not mine. Because I for one, over here we love Doughboy.
Yeah,
Doughboy worked for that belt.
he did.
He worked his way up. He went through the trials and tribulations. He went from a certain type of fighter to a good fighter, in my opinion.
I agree.
And Grizzly, that's a whole nother scenario. But Grizzly has skill. You know, he didn't get to display it that day.
I agree.
But yeah.
I agree. It's just on my end, everybody was saying when you beat Doughboy, you won't defend it because he's so scary.
Okay.
I'm watching his fights. Like I see nothing special, and who's he fighting? All right, cool. So then Grizzly gets slept, and then now it's like, oh damn, there's nobody for you to fight. Like they in this. You know what I mean? Like nobody's asking for 619 versus Grizzly. Now they're telling me, well, go down and fight Takamura because there's no heavyweight for you. So all right, cool. I'll fight Takamura.
He's setting up, getting ready.
Talk 3, 619 and Talk 3. That's definitely something people want to see.
Yeah, because honestly, like let's say, okay, cool. Like who would you want me to defend the heavyweight belt against? There's literally nobody.
Grizzly would be a good pick, but that'd be dependent on proper health.
Exactly, and I heard what happened. I heard what happened to him, and I thought he would have been back at this event because I know he was fighting consistently, right, in Vegas.
Yeah,
he was getting a buzz. I'm like, oh man, I want to be able to give him his first L because he's getting a lot of hype, and people are telling me you won't. Like the main event, even Daniel saying, "Damn, he's a pressure fighter and power. I don't know what you're gonna do." I was like, "Oh my god!" It pumps me up to hear that shit. So, but now he just kind of faded away. I don't know what's the future of Grizzly, but he's the only dude that would have been a good challenge. You know what I mean?
It would have been a good fight. It would have been a good fight.
Like to see that.
Yeah. Hopefully he comes back. Hopefully he gets a. Just give him one tune-up fight, see where he's at mentally, you know, because it was bad. Like he never even got a chance to have a fight. He just got bullied and put down pretty bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sometimes the ramifications happen a week later, or something, or somebody's messaging you, or you really realize it, and the video drops. Rewatch it. I had one or two losses where like I go back and I look at them, and there was a couple of weeks after that fight where I was like, fuck.
Yeah. I got 2 L's too, and then you're like, man, I really hope they fucking lost that footage. You know what I mean? I hope that fight never drops. I like when people search my fights like the homies, and then like the fights that I don't want them to see are there. But oh well, it is part of the game. You know, you got your 13 wins, 14 wins, but there's your two dubs. I mean, your 2 L's are in there too. But cool, gotta watch them. It's part of the fight game.
Hey, but just like how you could steal the round. Typically, people's attention span is on the last thing they saw.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's what they remember. The last memory you left them. That's what's on their mind.
Yeah, like after I lost against Venom Black, I fought Say So KO, which is like the perfect fight to come back. And then people are like, "Damn, I don't know, he's gonna come back. I don't know, I don't know how he's gonna look." Damn, Say So might sleep his ass. He might not have recovered from that Venom Black beat down in the East Coast. You know what I mean? But then it just showed they just came back and just did what I always did. You know?
Mm.
Oof.
Hell yeah. Well, I was actually gonna ask. I was curious because we're talking about the fight, we're talking about training, and I was doing some research, doing my digging, and I actually saw Raven. I was curious. With some talk, we're talking about some tough fighters preparing for tough fights and whatnot. Did you train in Thailand Muay Thai with like some badass Thai fighters?
That was only 1 week. Yeah, actually, because originally I was living on Oahu for a little bit, and I joined this gym called Legacy Muay Thai. I've been training there for like a few months, maybe like 2-3 months, and then they had a trip to Thailand, which they went to every year. And yeah, spent actually a little more than a week. I think it was like 11 days or 12 days, maybe. So a little less than 2 weeks in Thailand, and that basically kicked off my spark to fight. But when I landed in back in Hawaii, literally 1 week after, COVID lockdowns happened, and like that pretty much canceled training for like most of that year.
You went to Tiger? You went to Tiger Muay Thai?
No, actually, it's this gym called Samart Payakarun.
Uh,
He's from the golden era of Muay Thai, so most people nowadays will know him. But do a quick YouTube search, and you'll find some footage, but it'll be really like crappy quality because it's like super old footage. But he's basically known for being like one of the best Muay Thai like technical fighters. And a lot of the reasons for that is I'm not too sure about the health condition, but he had something. I don't know if it was asthma or something. So basically, his cardio wasn't as good as everybody else, but he was still like able to beat everyone with just technique.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Do you plan on taking another fight in Scrapyard soon, or are you taking some time? Or
Yeah, I definitely want to get another fight in. It's just I live in Hawaii, so finances, flights aren't cheap either. So
yeah.
yeah, but the thing at Washington is I stayed a few days at one of my friends is living in Tacoma, so that's why the whole thing with the Streetbeefs came about because it's so close.
Got you.
And the funny thing is,
Cool.
hell yeah, he actually moved to San Francisco with his brother. So if I go to visit him sometime this year, then heck yeah, I'll be down to try out the West Side Street Beefs too. So
Yeah, man. We love to have you, bro. I mean, we have events every month, for the exception of like Thanksgiving, Christmas. But yeah, we got plenty of kickboxers. We got plenty of Muay Thai guys. I saw Steve, or Fire Chicken doesn't do shoes. I mean, you can do shoes or not over here. We've got mats now, so it's a little more grip. You don't have to be in the sand like it used to be. So yeah, man.
oh dang, yeah, I saw some of the YouTube videos from the West West Street Beefs, and you guys putting on sand and stuff. I'm like, damn, that looks pretty rugged, but it brings that street in there, So
Yeah.
those days are long gone though. Thank God.
This guy.
Dude, we've been looking at Scrapyard for years. Like, why can't we have mats again? Like that cage is so up there. Like why we fighting on dirt and catch shit? You know what
I'm gonna be honest though. I wish we had the option for both, because, like, for me, I like knowing, going back to the psychology, right? I like knowing that this dude ain't been training for the sand like I've been training for the sand.
Yeah.
This man doesn't know how to move within the sand like I know how to move within the sand, So that just adds that other aspect. Just like most niggas ain't training around wooden pallets, but if you know how that feels to get backed up against that wooden pallet, you're not gonna get hit by that pallet.
Hell yeah.
It's like those unlockable stages, man, of every cage. All the cages of Street Beefs. Yeah.
Yeah. I think for us, I mean, we've gone through so many we've gone through so many levels of different venues. Like Scrapper has been Scrapper forever. OGR. Our shit has changed the dynamic from fucking hay bells.
Yeah, it always changes.
To a dope cage at that. bench in LA, and then we got banned from there, so now it's Arizona. Yeah, we got so many
The politics.
changes. The politics, yeah.
So with that, right, you're one of the few fighters in the West Coast who's literally been in every single cage. My question is, what did you think about fighting in the new cage? One, and then two, what is your favorite cage?
Whoa. I still have yet to bless the Scrapyard cage. That's the plan this year. I want to crush their anniversary.
Okay.
That's the last thing. Yeah, I want to bless Scrapyard, man. I need that. Look, I need those 4K angles by Fire Chicken. So
the slow-mo replays.
Yeah. Look, I mean,
and then we finally get to see the true weight of 619 because they're gonna weigh your ass out there. Oh yeah, and they're gonna display it for the world.
Yeah, it depends if I fight their heavyweight champ, which I think is nice, or their light heavyweight, or both. I'll come in at like 220, eat a Whopper, and then I'm fighting a heavyweight. Same day.
Heck yeah.
We got the champ OG Darkness in there saying he want to roll with you.
Oh yeah, I do. I've been trying to plan a Scrapyard invasion, but I'm not gonna lie. I like Fire Chicken, but Fire Chicken has rubbed a lot of the West Coast fighters the wrong way. Not me. I talk to Fire Chicken, all the time. Yeah. Cool. He's cool in my book, but people just like, nah. And I'm like, bro, we got him, bro. They have the dopest setup. Like, let's get up a little five. Our 5 champions, mob it deep. We got an Airbnb. Why not, dude? Down.
Hell yeah, got some fun. I'll come party with y'all after, and I'll be back at the Scrapyard at that point, so I'll be able to come hang out, help out, do all that shit. And Darkness, that reel I saw of you doing that flip,
bro,
made me so good I want to slap my mama.
Bro, that Darkness flip on Homeboy's head is ridiculous. Thank God it didn't end bad because it could have, but that's amazing. And then that literally was kind of like that moment with like Pantera versus Korean Zombie, because it literally like the round 5, and then you end it. Remember how you ended it with that elbow?
Yeah,
like
all or nothing.
Yeah, the cherry on top too, like an epic 5-rounder MMA championship, and then Darkness does that to end it is insane, bro.
Yeah,
classic.
Seconds away from being ended himself.
Exactly.
Literally, like.
Yeah. Darkness is a legend. You know what I mean?
He'll be on the show soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Heck yeah. And man, I love that he does MMA. And one of the things I wanted to ask, because Raven, you said you were working on some grappling, and that you might, we could see you possibly come out and do some MMA.
Well, yeah, actually, finances and whatnot. But literally, it's next month. I'm starting, planning going back to Kendall Grove's gym. I don't know, Kendall Grove is one of the OGs of UFC. But yeah, he's a small gym. It's like 5-minute walk from my house. So I plan on going back starting February.
Hey, Raven. So you're more of a Muay Thai guy, straight stand-up fighter?
I mean, of course, I want to get into MMA, but as of now, yes, most of my skills lie in Muay Thai. I like to shadow box randomly with elbows and stuff, but obviously you can't do that in like amateur fights.
Samke, who could we match him up with if he were to come to the West Coast? What are you thinking?
At 145-ish, you got
Jesse Drax is too light, huh?
No, Jesse would be good, but Jesse's up there, so I wouldn't give him Jesse for off jump. Maybe Island Strong.
Island Strong would take, because
no pun intended.
Any fight. Island Strong takes any fight.
Yeah, Island Strong. Fucking even Broke Mark.
Hey, how about
even Broke Mark.
Or how about Marauder and Raven?
No.
What do you mean no?
No.
What does that even mean? No.
You got to watch Raven and then come back to that answer.
Wow. All right. You know what? I'm gonna watch Raven's fights right now.
Because Raven, you said you had a collective over time, maybe 2 years of training.
I'm gonna watch Raven fight right now in the background. Watch.
Raven looks like he has more skill than 2 years worth of skill.
Hey, there's some people I'm sure I'll take your word for it. People they get it like that, right? People that get stand up like that, they just get it. Like because I train kids, and there's some kids that they're just blessed, and they're in 6 months they look like they're ready to go amateur. They're freaks. And then there's some people that could train for 2 years and they still look like it's like their second week at the gym. They're just like robotic, stiff. They go, and then some people pick it up like that, like they're just born to fight.
You got the people who are there to learn.
Yes.
And then you got the people who are there to learn and absorb information quickly.
Everything.
You know,
I got freaky students that literally show up before I get there, kill the bag, will stay after with me, hoping they get mid-work with me. And then they ask me, Coach, what fights should I watch when I go home? Like, we're talking about 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 12-year-old boys. Hey, Coach, what fight should I watch? What? And they're like, I'll tell them, go watch Crawford versus Errol Spence, masterpiece. Go watch Mayweather versus Corrales, masterpiece. Go watch Mayweather versus Arturo Gatti. Fucking probably one of the most greatest destructions of a champion ever, Mayweather Gotti. I just want to give him these classic. Oh, you want a banger? Mayweather Cotto, banger. When Mayweather had to like fucking let his balls hang and banged it out like a Mexican. Amazing fight. So I give them those. But yeah, there's freaks like that. And then some kids that just show up to break a sweat because their mom took them and they want to go home. And those kids that stay after are special. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I'm watching him right now. Watch Raven right now.
Hey,
oh man,
them body kicks, bro. Them body kicks.
So Marauder wouldn't last long against the Raven.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Raven's dangerous to say he ain't been doing this for too long.
Yeah,
you know.
Just a couple switch kicks. He just set it up real quick, so nice, like bam.
What if Raven's lying and he's been training for 10 years and he's really like 42 and a pro?
no. Now you can look me up. I got like no fights on record.
I can see that, like tearing a palm tree in half. You know, one elbow.
He's in bed with that fucking bamboo stick, fucking hitting his fucking shin before bed every night.
I actually used to do that, not with a bamboo stick, but I used to roll a wood on my stick. Like a stick and roll it on the meat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's nutty, dude.
Feel those nerves.
Yeah, that's some real Muay Thai shit.
Yeah, but I don't know. I wasn't happy with my boxing in that first round for sure. I was getting cracked quite a bit. A little bit off timing.
You know, just from these 20 seconds, you would probably murder Marauder. My bad.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, man.
I see why Samke said no, absolutely not. I'm not gonna ref that slaughter.
Man, and the training is killer because like one of the things I was gonna say, I don't know if you've seen 619. He did a Shark Tank, one of the very few people in all the Street Beefs. You know, we have Viking Warrior as well, and like one or two other people. And man, his cardio's key. I don't know. He has the technique to keep breathing, but he's go fighting. I'm just like, fuck, man. I need to get on that level.
yeah. Cardio is key, man. Shout out Sam. Cardio is everything. There's nothing worse than being in a fight. Oh, you have a red one now?
Yeah.
I'll take the red one.
I go buy me one of those too.
He has a
Dwellworld.com.
You know, and remember, if you put in the 3 words MMA, you get 35% off for the next 48 hours.
35%.
Off some case t-shirt?
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll copy it right now.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Sold. Take my money right now.
So I was gonna say we all have things that we do outside of fighting, and one of the things I thought was curious is because I personally have a recurve bow, and I saw Raven does some archery and all sorts of shit, man. And in the whole world of concepts of fighting, there's all sorts of different weapons that we've learned to use throughout the ages. So I'm curious, tell me about that.
Well, actually, I just got into archery like less than a year ago. I just joined the club. They created a new archery range in Maui. It's pretty sick.
You're a beast at that too.
So
he's like, I just joined a year ago. I'm already gonna be in the Olympics for archery coming up.
No. I mean, it's definitely fun. Just something like primal in your head, and you're like shooting something, especially with a bow. I mean, a gun's fun too, of course, but like when you pull a bow, it feels like more badass somehow. I don't know. Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. It's fun. It's different, and it's like it builds
Oh yeah.
your focus. It's like, shoo. And I was kind of curious as to what even got you into fighting in the first place, stepping into that cage and wanting to throw down.
I mean, to be honest, like all my life, I've been like watching martial arts and stuff. My dad introduced me to Bruce Lee way back when I was younger, watching Jackie Chan, Jet Li. Um, but I was mostly born raised with my auntie them, and she was like totally anti-violence. So no taekwondo, no karate, no nothing. So I was basically a nerd, doing band, all that shit in school, while my friends did like wrestling and whatnot.
Sucks.
So it was only until after high school where I could like start training a little bit, and even then I didn't really like join any gym at all until like the very end of like 2019. That's when I joined that gym on Oahu when I was talking about Legacy Muay Thai and Gracie Techniques. But really sparked the interest of like me wanting to fight is when I went to Thailand for 1 week. I encourage everybody to do that. It's a totally different lifestyle there. It's crazy. Like they literally fight like to live, because you can earn a better living fighting, than just being a taxi driver or whatnot over there. And they take fighting like a full-time job, 6 days a week. You wake up like 6:30, you run like 5, like a 10K basically. Then you like train your ass off till like 11, have a lunch, nap or whatever, and then come back again from like 2 to 5 or 6 p.m. It's crazy out there.
Yeah, bro. It's just wild. And they start that off like as kids, right?
Yeah. Like during the training, during the runs, they actually had like their kid champions leading the pack. So they'd be like, I don't know, freaking 7, 8 years old, running like 6-7 minute miles. It's freaking, and they're so small. So like, their legs are like it's definitely different over there. Yeah.
Man, that's one of the things when I started running a lot more in the morning is the techniques I started taking over from some of the indigenous of my ancestors. And I'll take a mouthful of water and I'll try to hold it in my mouth as long as I can. And I'm right now at my same pace. I can get about 2 miles breathing only through my nose before I have to swallow and start mouth breathing a little bit. But yeah, man. Shit, I wish I would have done that at 8 years old, 7 years old. Shit. I'd have a chest this big from breathing. My lungs, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So 619, man.
What's up, man?
At this point,
let me ask Raven a question. Raven, what race are you? Nationality?
I'm legally I'm full Filipino.
What do you mean legally?
On paper. But I think my dad then was telling me like I have like a little bit of Chinese in me, but like technically I'm just
okay. So who's your favorite fighter?
In terms
Come on,
of like
dude, it should be easy. Just fighter of all time. Come on, it should be on the tip of your tongue.
Well, I mean, you could say like Manny Pacquiao, but that's like so stereotypical kind of Filipino.
Yeah, dude.
But Manny Pacquiao,
Pacquiao's
watching him like because he really came from the poorest of the poor.
Yeah, dude. Pacquiao's a legend, bro. Every Filipino family I've met, I'm cool on Filipinos. Dude, Pacquiao's like a god. You got Pacquiao on the wall, and you should. Pacquiao's fucking a G, dude. Pacquiao was sick as fuck in his prime, man.
Hell yeah, Pacquiao, and then like I like Mike Perry. His technique isn't the best, but he's a pure savage, like in bare knuckle boxing and stuff.
Filipinos has some dope. There's, do you know who Mercito Gesta? You know him?
I'm not too sure.
He was from San Diego. Yeah, he used to train at my gym. He was like they were trying to build him up as the next Pacquiao. They even put him on Pacquiao undercards. But he was a Muay Thai fighter. He was an undefeated Muay Thai fighter.
Oh shit!
And Top Rank said you should be a boxer because Pacquiao is on the way out, and you build him up. So I got to see that dude. Look him up, Mercito Gusta. He used to spar at our gym, and he was on a lot of Pacquiao's undercards, but he wasn't Pacquiao. And there's only one Pacquiao. He had power, but I was like, damn, he should have probably went UFC because he was like undefeated in kickboxing, and they pushed him into boxing because of Pacquiao, and he probably should have went the MMA route, and he would have probably been a Filipino killer.
Yeah, just learn some takedown defense, and then just
that's what he would have needed in those early MMA days when it was all striking and like the groundwork wasn't there yet. There was no Khabibs, Yeah, it was all like the dude. You remember the days of like Vanderlei
Sean
Silva?
Fry.
Oh yeah.
Vanderlei Silva days.
Yep. This,
When you watch Rampage Jackson, Vanderlei Silva, and it's just like rock'em sock'em robots. There's no jab anywhere, bro.
all hooks, all
Swing
knockouts.
from the hips, close your eyes, and hope I knock you out. You know, crazy.
Yeah. I mean, some older fighters that don't really fight anymore, like Mirko Cro Cop. So watch him.
Yeah, he was a G.
Yeah, I used to try and study a lot of Roy Jones Jr.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Dude, Roy Jones. Roy Jones probably like skill wise, I would put my favorite boxer of all time. I think the greatest of all time is Mayweather by far. It's not even close.
Technically, yeah.
Technically, just fucking everything. When he was pretty boy, and he was he would fight like a Mexican. He tried to knock your head off.
Yeah, before he broke his hand. Yeah,
he would always break his hands because he would try to knock everybody out. Everybody think he was a bitch. He's all defense, dude. Early Floyd was a knockout artist. Disgusting. He would get hit a lot because he wanted to knock you out, and then he turned into money, and he was all defense, and people hated that. Well, you're an idiot. But before him, Roy Jones was just like God gifted. You know, there's talented, and then there's God blessed, and Roy Jones was just blessed with like freaky long arms. That fool would knock you out with a leaping left hook from like the other side of the ring. He's just like hands down. Remember that shit? Hands down. And then this hook comes from out of nowhere. Yeah. Snoring. Or he has his hands behind his back with his head out. And then you come in and he knocks you out with a hook.
So like as far as boxing, Emmanuel Augustus too is him and Roy Jones.
Emmanuel Augustus is fucking dope.
Yeah.
The drunken boxer.
Yeah.
The drunken master.
He just moves so damn well. And honestly, like in high school and stuff, I try to copy their style, and then just like playing around with friends. But when I did the Muay Thai, they basically scolded me and threw all that out the window. They're like, "Hey, you can't be doing this kind of shit. People are just gonna like kick you in the leg or whatever." So I'm like, okay. But when I spar with friends once in a while, I still kind of bring that out if we're doing like just boxing. Yeah. So, if I do come back to either the Tacoma, or try out the West Coast, I may do a boxing thing too. I don't know. I'm just down to do anything. So. I totally fight like totally different if it's just boxing. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but I'd be down.
Ooh, boxing, dude. Since we're on the page of Island Strong, like Samke, imagine Raven and Island Strong with MMA gloves. Boxing or kickboxing. Oof.
Yeah, that'd be fire.
Fire.
I say keep it boxing. It'd be more competitive.
Yeah. I just saw highlights of him swinging. He throws bombs. Hey, Ravens throws bombs on people.
That's why I'm not too proud of my first round. Because normally I don't throw that much hooks. Normally I throw a lot more 1-2s and straight punches.
Yeah.
But basically the exterminator caught me like hit me with some hard shots like right away.
Yeah.
So and of course he's taller and longer, so I didn't want to try and trade the straight punches with him because he's more range. I was trying to counter him and I was late on the counters, as you can tell. I got cracked. But I was really trying to just close in and then set up some hooks.
Hey man, it was your first one in the yard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we got to take that into account. That anxiousness that comes with that.
It definitely
you never
was
know
there.
I'm going to the yard.
Yeah, like one of the things in the back of my head in the very first round was like, "Fuck, I better not get knocked out and be a viral meme on YouTube."
It's scary, huh?
Yeah, I was like, "Shit!" Like, but I'm glad that didn't happen. And I was so surprised, honestly, when I showed up there because I was expecting like some ghetto-ish kind of like setup, but. They run that shit legit, man. Like you weigh in, they check your height, you sign waivers. There's actually they got a medical tent, so like like checking your eyes and shit.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting hard as a rock with all these requirements. We have no such thing here on the West Coast. Waiver? What the fuck's a waiver?
They give you Gatorade. They give you like
you get a fucking Gatorade,
bro. You get snacks after your fight.
Yeah,
nigga.
bro.
You get snacks. Come in the tent, get some snacks.
They even give you like ice, bro. Like after the fight, like as they're asking me like, "Oh, they want like Tylenol or whatever." I'm like,
yeah.
And then they're giving another guy like
one more question, and I hope this is true. Does fried chicken check your prostate before you fight?
not that I know of. Not that I know of.
Tell me yes.
Yeah,
maybe in the
it's
middle.
an experience over at the Scrapyard. It's an experience.
I'm not gonna lie. The way it's shown on television, I would expect nothing less. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. So it probably goes from what you said. It goes in order. It goes Scrapyard because it looks like the most organized. Us, we're pretty organized. It looks rough on television, but you are weighed in. You are told when you're gonna fight, but compared to the East Coast, fuck, that shit just like fucking throwing shit on the wall. You know what I mean? Like it's so unorganized. Like switching location last minute. It's like 619 is fighting. Oh, never mind. Come back in 7 hours, maybe. You know, like shit like this, like terrible.
That's dose to the Southern hospitality, Scrapyard hospitality. All right, Bushido's in.
For sure. They definitely came with it. Hey, but I wanted to ask you, 619. You've had so many fights, man. I want to get your take on, some of your favorite standout fights. Being a triple OG with Streetbeefs West Coast.
Oh, you know what? I never asked. I never answered your other question. You said you fought in every yard pretty much. Which one was your favorite? Yeah. So, personally, my favorite spot to fight still is Weddles. Just because the environment, the setup looks so grimy. Like I call it the chicken coop. He fucking hates that name. Or I call it the Pallet Palace. He's like, stop giving it nicknames. It's called the Hot Box. The Hot Box is so generic and gay. The Pallet Palace is fire, but they're just like so grimy looking Weddles. And then you got people's arms and heads sticking out through the spots that are open. It looks so hood. Like I love the way it looks on camera. Like Weddles is my favorite. And then the East Coast one was amazing because that was literally the night before. Scarface had told us, "Hey, we can't fight at a regular location because we're having trouble with the city over Streetbeefs. So for this biggest event in history, we're gonna move the cage at night. So we're all in bed waiting, like, well, dude, are we even gonna fight? We flew here for nothing." And we're told like 8 a.m. The cage is at this location in the middle of the fucking woods. I mean, if you go back and watch the invasion, we're literally in the middle of the woods. It looks fucking gnarly. It's like tall trees, Venom Black keep jumping out of one of the trees and shit, like the Predator and shit. Like it was fucking dope, dude. Like it was just. Well, I remember looking at a awe because I was like, dude, they did this morning. Like they set it up. It was all unleveled, but it was really really gnarly. So location wise, the OG, the original invasion, because it was 1-on-1. They've never done it there again. It was, I think it was at Wolverine's like mom's house in the middle of the mountain, the woods. It was gnarly, but.
I'm not sure who that is, but shout out to you too. Appreciate you.
Overall, Weddle's cage and his environment and the way people are hanging over, like it looks like a prison dogfight. Like when you see people's heads looking over it, people are just, and you see like Big Daddy's fucking arm this way. It's just gnarly. It's really really gnarly, and it's like broken. It's breaking while you're fighting. It's like some like street. It's just like some like Mortal Kombat shit.
It's the gladiator stage for sure.
It's really like it's scary when that you walk through it and the door locks behind you. You're like, shit, I can't even escape. Like I'm locked in here.
Man, unless you E7, you ain't going. You ain't getting out.
Yeah. Remember E7 when they broke through it and knocked over Daniel? Like that's.
Oh no, you know what? I got that wrong. Unless you Malik Ogun, because he led the charge on that one.
Yes, that's like iconic. Yeah, he broke through Weddle's door and fucking knocked over Daniel, and you got that crazy view. That's iconic. Like
iconic.
It gives you that energy. Like you walk into Weddle's like pad and that cage, and like people are just like looking at you hanging on the thing. Like get in there. We want to watch you die. It's sick.
Hell yeah.
It's a sick environment. Well, you've been there, buddy V, right? You've been there.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So you've seen that his setup is grimy as fuck. You know what I mean? Like Scrapyard's really pretty. Yeah, Scrapyard's really pretty. Like I want to go there. I can wear my boxing shoes. Oh, I feel clean. No dirt in my eyes. But Weddles is like a prison fight. Feels amazing.
Facts. So with that, what are some of the classic fights or favorite fights for 619?
Well, the first one, shout out my white homie Big Willie. You know what I mean? Because if it wasn't for Big Willie, I wouldn't even be here because I wasn't gonna fight the first event. They had nobody for me to fight. The fights are done, and Big Willie was like, "Chill." He's like, "I'll fight that fucking Mexican. I don't give a fuck." So he's like, next thing you know, I make him puke. History's made, and I just go on this crazy run, epic run because of Big Daddy William. So that's iconic. And then the two wars with the second one with Taka where I lost is my favorite because I wasn't gonna fight that. So the story behind Takamara 2 where I lost was I was supposed to fight Fair Play. Fair Play was gonna fly out and fight
Fair
me.
Play.
That's right.
And then Fair Play messaged me. It was gonna be a super fight. 619 versus Fair Play, champ versus champ. And I'm not ducking you, which he's not. He don't duck anybody. Fair Play's my favorite fighter.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's the best. He's the GOAT for me. For me, Fair Play's the GOAT. He goes, yo, I'm not ducking, but I'm in the military and I literally just got fucking, they're going to sell overseas. We'll run it. I swear we'll run it back. OGR, West Coast, I'll come out. I was like, yeah, I trust you. But I wasn't going to fight. So Takamara, Wedo goes, hey, want to fight Taka again? You already beat him. Fucking beat him again. So I'm like, all right. Fucking put on gloves. All right, I'll fight Taka. And Taka just cracks me. I thought we were going to have like a sparring match. And motherfucker was like, no. I'm here for blood. Fucking cracks me. And there I am in the fight of my life. Worse than fucking Venom Black. Venom Black, I wasn't even in the fight of my life. Taka was like, I'm here to sleep, motherfucker. so that was iconic to me. And then Venom Black, amazing. The experience, the East Coast fighters, connecting with, RIP, long live Showtime. I got to meet Showtime, shake his hand, tell him, dude, I'm a fucking fan of you, homie. You're a dope ass white boy. We gotta run it. He's like, and he was so cocky. He looked at me like, yeah, whatever. Like I fucking look. I wasn't the same thing.
Yeah.
And God rest his soul. Like 2 months later, he was taken from us, man. So I got to see Showtime. I got to meet Gorilla, Face, I got to spar Esteban hard. Esteban was trying to knock my head off. That was amazing. So, yeah, the Venom Black. And Venom Black is one of the coolest, excuse my words, one of the coolest niggas I ever met in my life. Venom Black was nobody knew how cool Venom Black was until I called him a piece of shit. Nobody knew him because nobody would interview East Coast fighters. So I called him trash. And then guess what? We get to know Venom Black. We get to interview him. We get to talk to him. He's funny as fuck. He's a dope ass dude. Him in person, he's fucking dope. He's just like a cool aura about him. He was so kind and dandy. But then we got in that cage. That fool was just like looking at me like, "You're dying today, Mexican. You've been talking a lot of shit, boy. You're gonna die in this cage." You know what I mean? So.
Hey, just a quick callback to what we were talking about earlier. That man dropped the psychological war game on you that day. Yeah.
I remember interrupting Daniel was interviewing him, right? I was so cocky. Daniel's interviewing him for behind the scenes. I was like, oh, Venom Blackster, finally. I've been waiting for this fool. So I run up on his interview him at some. It was a long flight, Venom Black. You ready? I'm about to piece you up in front of all your family. He looked at me like, all right, cool. Keep the energy. Oh, he showed me a different story. You know what I mean? He showed me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Venom Black is cool in my book. We've been trying to fly him out. Nobody knows. Me and Daniel have offered him plane tickets, hotel, come out here for the rematch. He will not accept it. You know what I mean? He will not leave. He will not leave the Virginia jungles and those high trees. If I want the rematch, I gotta go to Virginia. It's not gonna happen.
You gotta go to the jungle if you want to fight the beast. Venom Black.
Respect, and I'm not gonna lie. He told me straight up afterwards, like, "Hey, I made you wait all those hours. I showed up early, saw you warming up, and then I left. Like you talked a lot of shit, said a lot of stuff. You're gonna take my soul. I'm trash. I'm garbage. You're gonna embarrass me on the East Coast. You're gonna take my belt and soul back to San Diego. Nah, homie, nah. I played every mind game to tire you, to break you. I was like, oh wow, you're fucking evil. You're worse than me, Venom Black.
Nice.
Damn.
That we became cool as fuck. We became super tight, super dope. I fucking love Venom Black. He's dope as fuck.
It's crazy how fighting does that. You punch somebody in the face for 1 minute, the next minute you guys are friends. You know.
Yeah, me and Venom
But-
Black talk shit for months. That build up was nasty. The
Oh,
hype
for
was
sure.
crazy, and then afterwards beat the shit out of each other. He fucking headbutted. He did so much cool shit that I'm like, damn, like I can't do that. I'll never headbutt somebody. I'll never elbow somebody. He was hitting me with dick shots on the low that nobody saw. I'm just like, wow, you're fucking dirty. But hey, I'm not gonna lose. I'm not gonna lose on my home turf. You're crazy, boy. So respect, Venom Black.
Oh, man. Respect. Shit, man. I'm glad we got to hear that. But see, now this is the fun time where I have to be the bad guy and say, I'm having a blast, but we got to kind of wrap things up just a little bit. So I know I got to ask Samke if we have any final questions for our guests. I know I got to be the booty guy every time. It's like, fuck.
Yeah,
I'm
619.
sorry, that was such a high moment. Sorry.
Nah, you good, brother. 619. New champ. When can we see the champion return to the ring?
We're trying to set up 619 versus Takamura part 3 for March at Weddle's Pallet Palace. I'm trying to fight right away.
Yeah. Okay. Looking forward to it, brother. Looking forward to it.
There, brother. Hopefully, we need your voice of reason.
Say it again.
Oh, I said, hopefully you're there in March. We need your voice of reason and your amazing reffing.
I got you, man.
Hey, right. Raven, I had a quick question or a final question for you too. I was gonna ask, you're fighting, you're in Street Beefs, you had your fight, and a lot of people feel like this is a great step to be able to take it to the next level. Street Beefs has a lot of people going to BKFC, Power Slap, many other organizations as well. Are you gonna try to pursue a further level outside of this, or do you think you might just stay around Street Beefs?
Oh hell yeah. I'm 29, going on 30. So ultimately I want to like start fighting pro, but obviously you can't just jump to like UFC. Probably destroyed, right? So I mean, if there's some organization, some B or C league starting, like, I don't know, a couple $1,000, fuck yeah, I'd be down. I just want to fight. Like, I just like fighting for some reason. I don't know. It's just different. Yeah.
There's something wrong with your head when you say you like fighting. We're in the 1% of the world. Like, who says I like to fight? I want to get in a cage. I want to get in a cage with a camera on my face. I might get knocked down, slept, and become a laughing stock of my whole bloodline online. But I like it. It's worth it. See, there's something wrong with us. Nobody gets it.
Yeah, it's funny because back in high school,
it's not normal, bro.
Back in high school, we had like a mini underground fight club. I did agriculture, so after school, we would fight in the ag field basically, and we set up like a mini arena, similar to like on the sand. So we didn't have gloves either. We just wrapped our hand with t-shirts. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, that went on for about a couple months before security caught on, and then on us.
Hey, bring it back.
Like straight up real life Fight Club, like
pretty much. Yeah.
Don't talk about Fight Club.
Yeah, it was fun for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, thank you both very much, man. I had a blast. I always hate to be a bad guy, but I'm glad to have you guys on.
We appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah.
We'll catch up with y'all.
I was like, you share it? Here, let me get my dollar.
No, make sure all you guys check out Hard in the Fight, Wet on the Mexican Sunday. We're doing a full recap of the whole Streetbeefs West Coast 43. We're gonna have Two Bloods, Knockout of the Day, Fighter of the Day. It's gonna be a 2-hour extravaganza. We get crazy on our shows. So yeah, Sunday night, 7 p.m. All the dogs you saw on Saturday will be on this Sunday. So make sure you check us out.
That's Hard in the Fight on YouTube. Y'all check it out. We appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night, man.
Hell yeah. Too much fun. Oh, man. Wednesdays. That's crazy. Oh, wait. Oh, they're both still on. Shit.
Are you guys
Let's
still
say
live?
Wednesday.
Are you guys still live?
We're still live.
Yeah.
Oh my
You got
God.
y'all supposed to be up out of here.
I was about to start spilling the beans of things going on at the branch. I can't anymore. You guys.
Nah. No frijoles for the public.
No feelings for the public there.
Jay, you there?
Yeah, Jay, we supposed to keep what we got you when you were going pee, huh? No, you shaking more than twice you're playing with yourself.
Let me ask you both a question. So why is your show so short? Just an hour?
That's the question for Buddy and Jay.
Yeah, I recently had to switch a couple things around, so I had to get an evening job. So
Nah, buddy,
that's
it's
why.
always been an hour.
Yeah.
Don't blame it on the new job.
Hilarious.
I don't feel like
I was wondering why it's
so
so short. Yeah, because on ours we call it 2 hours, but fuck, we've done 3-hour shows. We start just and anybody's in the background, we throw them on the screen like Streetbeefs West Coast fucking squares, and everybody starts talking shit to each other. Part of the show.
Oh, he's just having internet problems. I never asked y'all why is it just an hour? But that is a good question.
Hey, yeah, now we're gonna have to ask Jay. We gotta get the final answer on the stamp so we can let everybody know. Dang. I was like, well, if Jay's internet's booty, man, how we gonna do Fighters to Watch or Fire 5?
I'm sure he could pull it up. Still, it's probably just gonna take a minute.
Well, I guess I can start with mine real quick. Yeah. I got a couple more minutes. All right, so from the Scrapyard, I got Baylor BBC. That's right. You heard that right. So he actually was really strong with his style. He had a lot of grappling skills, and with the grappling skills, just kind of the way he flowed with the fight in the match, I really could see the level of experience. And then I think he could kind of tell he might have been like a little bit more experienced than his opponent, because there's 1 or 2 times when I felt like he could have just straight right into the face, and he held back for a second and then went. So that was a lot of respect on his end, and so I feel like he's definitely somebody I have to see come back, because then what's gonna happen when you gotta get that dog brought out? You know what I'm saying? From the Streetbeefs West Coast, Iron Sosa. Man, I watched this fight with El Cochino, and let me tell you, that debut, I was not disappointing. I rewatched it, and when these fighters come out, I have to rewatch the fights twice because I watched the technicality, the skills, and earlier, like Sam K was saying, when you train or when you fight in that sand, it's a different movement, and he was flowing through the sand. I really like his foot movement. He had really good technique, and he was technical, which I really enjoyed too. So I definitely need to see some more of that. And from the OG yard, I have Steel Hands. That was a great fight. He was throwing punches. He was taking punches. It was insane. And with his hands, they were going so fast and so heavy. I felt like he really had steel inside of his gloves. I was just like, holy shit. So, yeah, let me see some more Steel Hands, too. But those are my 3 fighters to watch. And OG Zed, or Bushido Zed, that was Baylor BBC.
Does Sam K have his 3 fighters or not?
Yeah, no, I got a Fire 5 coming up. Yeah. Sam K and the Fire 5. We're going to start things off at the OG yard as always. You see it. We got Von Rages versus Two Tone. This is a boxing match, and this was very clean technical boxing on display, calculated shot placements, lots of volume, lots of exchanges, and all hard on display, and high-paced action, everything you want to see in a fire fight. Streetbeefs OG yard, Von Rages versus Two Tone. Taking you all the way to Streetbeefs Scrapyard. You see it. Our guest from tonight, this is his fight from the Scrapyard. This is the Raven versus the Exterminator in a kickboxing match. Both of these guys, game fighters, heavy hands being dropped, a lot of composed body kicks being thrown. And I mean, these guys fought in the rain. That speaks for itself. Very competitive war, high octane action. Streetbeefs Scrapyard. The Raven versus the Exterminator firefight. Taking you guys all the way to Street Beefs West Coast. You see it. Amantis versus Fastlane. This is an MMA match right here. Very gritty fight right here. Both of these guys having drastically different styles. But as we say every single episode, cardio is key.
Yeah,
Cardio is key. Cardio is key. These guys were going straight at it from the moment the first round started. We got a lot of huge strikes, relentless body work, and a great use of pressure. Street Beefs West Coast, Amantis versus Fastlane, firefight. Now we're going to take you back to the OG yard. You see it. Afro Samurai versus Tommy Gunn. This was a kickboxing match, 2 heavyweights, and this was a very skillful fight right here and a very respectful fight right here. Both of these guys showing their techniques. Both of these guys working and pacing themselves all throughout the fight. Each round picking up, and yeah, man. Hopefully, we get a nice rematch in the future. I like to see it. Street Beefs, OG Yard, Afro Samurai versus Tommy Gunn, firefight. And then we're going to end things tonight back at the West Coast. You see it.
Classic.
Levizi versus Rain. As you heard the champ say, this is a classic right here. This is an MMA match, and this was explosive from the very start. You see the time on it, 3 minutes, 22 seconds. It didn't last long. We got a lot of heavy bombs being dropped. We got a strong use of grappling, very high pace. And as we say every episode, cardio is key. Cardio is key. Cardio is key. Street Beefs West Coast, Levizi versus Rain, Samke the Fire 5.
You notice everybody has a face mask on right there, man. That was COVID era.
Gee.
You know it, man. That's one of them.
Everybody has a face. Hey, how retarded was that COVID shit? We have a bunch of face masks on, and there's 2 guys fighting.
I mean, so bruh, I still see people to this day wearing face masks. So,
bro, we were wearing face masks and fighting. It's crazy.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Sorry.
I'm guessing buddy had to go to work, I guess. Yeah.
I was gonna ask Samke something, but he started. Oh wait, what was I gonna ask? I was gonna ask Samke crazy, bro. He started his 5 team.
It's attacking me. Oh shit.
Okay.
What you got? What was that?
Or a dog? Is that a cat or a dog?
It's a cat, but this fucker's crazy.
Man, it was so slim, bro. I thought it was a ferret. I ain't gonna lie.
You got a black cat.
Like maybe 4 months old or something.
Okay. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I want a cat too, man. I want a cat really bad.
Damn, Jay, my bad. You should have wore a face mask. I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry.
You guys ever get COVID during the whole COVID?
Yeah.
COVID thing?
I got it twice. It wasn't that bad. Just felt pretty weak for the whole week, There's no energy.
Yeah, I just man, who knows, man? Who knows? I know I'm here.
You never got COVID or something?
Who knows?
Well, you would have known because you would have lost your taste buds or sense of smell.
Yeah, I can't say yay or nay. I know I'm here though. I know we ain't take no shots. I know that.
I never took a shot.
We didn't take no shots, man.
My employer at the time, my manager was like, Andreas, you might have to get a COVID shot. You want to keep working here? I was like, stick that needle up your fucking ass. You'll never put that you'll never stick that experimental drug in my fucking blood ever, right?
Crazy.
I remember thinking it was a joke. I'm living in a house full of women, right? I'm in a bedroom living with like 5 chicks. So I'm brushing my teeth. I'm like, holy shit, I can't taste the toothpaste. I was like, that's weird. And then I was like, holy shit, I can't smell the toothpaste. Then I went downstairs and I got a jalapeno and I bit it. I was like, holy shit, it was so bizarre. that you can't taste nothing. It was real. I was like, holy shit! I was trying. I was putting hot sauce in my tongue, and nothing happened. It tastes like water. I can't. I'm putting like garlic to my nose, and nothing happened.
Nothing.
So freaky. I was like, oh my god, I got COVID. But it was just that. I lost my sense of smell and taste for a week, but there was no fever, there was no headache. Probably because like well trained, you maintain your training, cardio, drink a lot of water, try to stay
We're
healthy.
definitely about to be shadow banned. So with that being said, we can talk all the shit we want backstage, but you guys, it's about that time. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. Buddy V, I appreciate you as always, brother. Go ahead, get that money. We kill it. Same time, same place every week as always. First and foremost, I got to thank our guest tonight, the champ, 619 in the building. Much appreciated, sir. Also, the Raven in the building. I appreciate you, sir. You guys' time was much appreciated. It was great having y'all on. Everyone watching, go look these guys up. Great fights. I want to thank everyone who's watching us live, everyone in the replay, everyone who's in the comments. We appreciate you. We do this for y'all. Shout out to Streetbeefs OG Yard, Streetbeefs Scrapyard, Streetbeefs West Coast, Streetbeefs Dirty South. We do this for y'all. Overtime Hustling Magazine, we appreciate you. Heart in the Fight, we appreciate you. And Jay, as always, I appreciate you, bro, killing it in the background as always. Buddy V, once again, can't do this without you. Appreciate you, bro. And yeah, man, same time, same place next week. We got more great interviews, great guests. And yeah, thank y'all. In the words of Jay, one world, one love, deuces. Jay, that